Thank you. Thank you very much. Let's give Mel a tremendous round of applause. All right, you may be seated. I'm so excited about being here and spending the time with you. How many of you have some major goals you want to achieve? Raise your hands, please. Fantastic. Shake someone's hand on your right and left. Look them in the eyes and say, you have something special. You have greatness within you. Do that to somebody else. Say, you have something special. You have greatness within you. How many of you are entrepreneurs? Raise your hands. Entrepreneurs? How many of you are speakers? Raise your hands. Oh, you got the majority of speakers up in here. Excellent. How many of you are trainers? Raise your hands. Life coaches? Raise your hands. Okay. Very good. So we got a good assortment of everybody. All right. And I'm sure you all have some major goals you want to achieve. Am I correct on that? Very good. Now I want to ask you another question. How many of you know if you had your life to live over again, you could have done more than what you've done thus far? Raise your hands. Very good. So what I want you to do is I want you to think about 3 major goals that you have. One of the exciting things about Mel is that he had a vision and a dream of doing events of this nature that will give people, young people as well as adults, techniques and strategies that will allow them to reinvent themselves, to transform their lives, and to develop the resources and the ability to make their dreams become reality. Am I correct? And that's why you showed up. You showed up because there's something that you want to do. This is where you are, and this is the place where you want to go. Am I correct? So what I want you to do right now is I want you to think about 3 goals that you'd like to achieve. 3 goals. And when I talk to you about these things, I'm going to share with you strategies on how to make these things happen. Number 1, one personal goal that you'd like to achieve. What is one personal goal? Why don't you write that down? My first personal goal is to buy my mother a home. That's important to me. And I'm one of 7 children that she adopted. And my mother was a domestic worker. I feel like Abraham Lincoln, who said, all that I am and all that I ever hope to be, I owe to my mother. Mm-hmm. I saw Simon Winston and placed me in the heart of my adopted mother. And so I saw her working on Miami Beach. She was a domestic worker. She was cleaning homes. She kept children. And we wore the hand-me-down clothes of the children that she kept. She cooked for these families, and these were very kind and generous people. They would say, Mamie, whatever food is left over after we eat, you can pack it up and take it home to those 7 children that you have adopted. How many have somebody special you'd like to do something for? Raise your hands, please. Very good. I'll share with you strategies on how you can make that happen. If you're a coach, if you're a speaker, if you're an entrepreneur, things that I know works. How many of you want to know what works? Raise your hands, please. I'm going to share with you things that I know work after going to seminar after seminar and reading books after book and spending thousands of dollars. I'm going to share with you. Brown, let me tell you something. You can do this. You're Mamie Brown's boy. You've got 7 children to feed. You can make this happen. It doesn't matter about their degrees. What matters is, what are you going to do when you walk in that room? You didn't come this far to punk out on yourself. How many of you had to talk to yourself? Raise your hands. I had to talk to myself. And I went in there and I looked at the people who we had to do the presentation was, the only reason you were spared from birth control was to give me this contract. And I hired them as my consultants with their MBAs and their PhDs. Write this down. You've got to sell yourself on you. See, at the end of the day, people do not see life as it is. They see life as they are. And so I told myself that I was in over my head. And I had to reverse that negative conversation. I had to convince myself that I could do it. And I had you raise your hands, and when I asked you how many had major goals, and I had you shake someone's hand on your right and left and say, you have something special. You have greatness within you. I don't even know you, but I know that about you based upon my own experience. And I know you've done things that you feel good about, things that you're proud of, but I can tell you unequivocally, but whatever you've done, it's only a tip of the iceberg of what's possible for you. At this stage of my life, I'm 69 years old, And Melissa, Mel's daughter, said, "Oh, you look so good. You look younger than my father." She said it with such conviction, and I didn't want to break her heart because, I don't have any gray hair. I don't dye my hair, but I do use mascara to cover the gray. So I don't want to say, "Well, Melissa, your father's not cheating, but I'm cheating." But I can't say, "Daddy, you look distinguished with your gray hair." I said, at 69, I'm not trying to look distinguished. I'm trying to look young. You have to hook this stuff up sometimes. But I got to tell you this is serious. Let me tell you something. You got to really believe in yourself to do this. Because I'll have a little bit short. But let me tell you, I had to give a speech in the Georgia Dome for Dexter Yeager, who is just an incredible human being. And so after my speech, somebody was from the Department of Commerce and said, "Mr. Brown, do you have enough energy for another speech?" And I said, "No, I'm tired." She said, "We can pay you a full fee of $25,000 an hour." I said, "The Lord is able." People say money won't make you happy, but everybody want to find out for themselves. I've got a friend named Rita Davenport say money ain't important, but it's right up there with oxygen. And let me tell you something, fellas, even if you're as homeless as I am, you got some money, women will find something cute on you. Oh, he's got earlobes like Tom Cruise, honey. He's got to walk like Denzel Washington, I used to be so broke, I'd walk past a bank and trip the alarm. Creditors would call the house, my children would answer the phone and say, "My daddy." Oh my God. Oh, I hated being poor. Oh my God, I didn't like it at all. The roaches moved out the house. We ain't got no food. We out of here. So, but at any rate, they took me over to the Georgia World Congress Center. And I looked in a room that was a very intimate room. You're going to die anyhow. Don't die for nothing. And so this God said, if you're not willing to risk, you cannot grow. And if you cannot grow, you cannot become your best. And if you cannot become your best, you can't be happy. And if you can't be happy, then what else is there? Helen Keller said, life is short and unpredictable. Eat the dessert first. And so if you look at yourself and look at your goals, let us say together, it's possible.
It's possible.
It's necessary.
It's necessary.
That I upgrade my relationships. Yeah, see, the greatest impediment to your living your dream and manifesting your greatness, your closest relationships. Write this down, OQP. Only quality people. Only quality people. If you're serious about your goals and dreams, it's very important that you look at your relationships and ask the question, what is this relationship doing to me? MIT did a study. You earn within $2,000 to $3,000 of your closest friends. When I found that out, I got rid of a lot of broke people in my life. I remember my mama said, if you run around with 9 broke people, I guarantee you, you'll become number 10. So you have to upgrade your relationships. And that's why what Bell is doing is bringing together a community of collaborative, achievement-driven relationships that's resourceful and that can help you do some things that you could never do by yourself. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yeah, so OQP, only quality people. There are 2 types of relationships. There are nourishing relationships and there are toxic relationships. Nourishing relationships, they bring the best out of you. They challenge you. They hold you accountable. Toxic relationships drain you. There's a new term in psychiatry called relational illness. There's some people that can make you sick. Well, Les, can I change them? No, it's a full-time job changing yourself.